Now, more than ever, our ideas can become reality, no matter how complex or surreal. Yet I believe we are losing our creativity and our drive for invention. We are becoming afraid of being wrong. Without stepping beyond what feels comfortable, we will not have the opportunity to change the world. And every single idea we have has the potential to do so. But the future has never been shaped by those who are certain. It has been shaped by those who have been wrong, by those who have altered their way of thinking completely, for whom being wrong is the default. And every once in a while, brilliance is found. We can guarantee minor success by sticking to the norms of design. But by breaking boundaries and viewing problems from a different angle, we can find solutions that are seemingly inconceivable. We manufacture at the micron level and simulate entire systems on a computer. Yet something alarming is happening. We are losing our creativity. And we are becoming cautious. Cautious of being wrong, cautious of challenging assumptions, and slowly cautious of imagining anything new at all. But the future has never been shaped through carefulness. It has been shaped by those who have been wrong, by those who have questioned conclusions. And now, I'll give you an example of this. A man once claimed that electricity could be transported through the very air that surrounds us. Naturally, his peers laughed. Some even joked. And then modern communications were born. And I was thinking, I probably should mention that man was Nikola Tesla. At first, these ideas may sound like a joke, but this is how breakthroughs are made. By questioning conclusions we have been told, not ones we ourselves have proved. Now, at this point in my talk, I may be so inclined to introduce myself. But at this point in the afternoon, I'll try not to send you to sleep. So I'll spare you the details. But to understand what I mean, we do not need new technology. We simply need to look at a more effective design. When was the last time you watched a bird fly through rough wind? Did it look stressed? Was it struggling? No. The bird works with the wind. The bird adjusts. The slightest flex of each feather can make the difference between flying and falling. Yet the bird soars. The bird turns chaos into brilliance. Now, please, I urge every single person here to compare this to the last time they were on a motorway in heavy crosswind. The car fights the air. More fuel is burnt, more energy is wasted. Modern designs rely on constant correction, systems working overtime to maintain stability in conditions that never stop changing. Yet why do we fight against the very forces that surround us? Why must we fight our atmosphere? Why don't our vehicles not work with the wind? Why don't they react? Now, I don't believe this is due to a lack of understanding. I believe it's due to our view on design. In almost everything we design, we treat nature as something to overcome. And yet, this is clearly failing. In most modern designs, we struggle to find anything new. We constantly make changes, correcting issues ourselves with software, external control or motors. but it seems a bit primitive. When we look at nature, nature does not rely on brute force. And when we look closely, we certainly do. And now this is where smart materials come into. The Peregrine Falcon can reach speeds of up to 300 kilometers per hour in a dive, then come to a complete stop in mere seconds. Each micro adjustment of its feathers, millimeters at a time, alters the surface structure in relation to the airflow it experiences. These adjustments are precise, they are reactive. There is no sensor calculating every response. The intelligence is local and built directly into the system itself, without any motors or software. And now this sparked a thought. For the first time, I realized our problems may not be in our equations or our computers, but in how we view design, and therefore how we think materials should behave. And the answer is smart materials. As I've explored this concept in more depth, it has become clear that this is not just a technical issue. It is a philosophical one. In almost everything we design, we treat nature as something to overcome. Yet clearly, this approach is failing. And now this led me to ask, what if the problem is not that our vehicles lack intelligence, but what if our materials do? And once you change the question, the solutions begin to look very different and far, far more effective. And this is where smart materials come into view. Certain materials can change shape, stiffness, and most importantly, their microstructure, which therefore creates the potential for reactive aerodynamics. Arrays of these materials can react to temperature, stress, and airflow, once again with no external control whatsoever. Yet to some, these properties may sound unrealistic, maybe even futuristic. But this technology is not new. It already exists. We're not missing technology. We are missing imagination. With just a few more years of development, smart materials have the potential to revolutionize transport. And I believe they can do much more than that. Instead of software correcting instability as it appears, the material itself could prevent it, using disturbance as an advantage rather than a flaw. Now I must reiterate that this is not an incremental improvement. It is a shift in how we view innovation. Our cars could work with the wind instead of against it. Our aircraft could experience less fatigue through real-time structural adaptation. Instead of adding weight and power, we could remove it. And also, instead of fighting a gust, the structure itself could subtly change, turning disturbance into usefulness. We must acknowledge that nature has had millions of years to solve its problems. Yet we continue to refine our same old ideas. Why settle for something that barely works? Modern design does not require total control, but it's about knowing when to listen. Due to this, we must listen to nature. We must listen to ideas that challenge assumptions, because this small shift in view has allowed me to spark this vision. Now, please, I urge everyone here today to think of what could be done if we all chose to change our viewpoints. If we took the chance to be wrong in any career path. Because the greatest risk to creation is not failure, is never adjusting at all. So take the chance to be wrong. Take the chance to create brilliance. And now, I urge you to take this chance. Because when we do, we may find the solutions were always there, waiting for us to adjust. Thank you.